Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and this is a very special Insight Connect with Ashok Vyas, where we'll be talking to someone who has worked on realizing his dreams as well as connecting with the potential roller coaster of emotions that may unfold in our lives. And I take this opportunity first to welcome someone very special today for us because his film, The Elevator, the poster you see on the billboard, it has received acclamation for being the best film, award for the best director, as well as award for the best actor. So first, the director of the film, Mukesh Modi ji, joins us. Mukesh ji, welcome. Namaste. Swagat hai aapka.
Ashokji, thank you very much.
And now we also have the heroine of the film, Eugenia Kuzmina, with us. Eugenia, namaste and welcome.
Hello, namaste, and thank you so much for having me over. Happy to be
Eugenia,
part of the dream.
wonderful. So, Eugenia, we always hear ladies first, so I would like to begin with you and talk to me about how uh, new it was to hear the concept of the film, The Elevator, and how was the experience of being part of this team?
Well, I think everything came together in the right time, and especially November now, it's Thanksgiving. And I think it's a great time to release this movie because it's really all about family and the importance of where we spend our time together. And I think Mukesh has such an important message. There's so much that goes into this film. So I was really excited to be part of it. Um, and I don't want to spoil too many details because you guys have to see it for yourself.
Absolutely, I appreciate that. And Mukesh, we'll now go into flashback. How this idea, the seed of the idea came to you, and this is your first feature film, so it's a very exciting period for you to be sharing it with people at large. But let's talk about the process of making of the film, right from when you thought that this is something that you would like to see in the form of a film.
So, first of all, I would like to thank you, ITV Gold, and thank you, Ashokji, for bringing us together on this platform and giving us an opportunity to talk about our film, The Elevator. So, this is based on a true event which has happened to one of the person who had some issue, kind of like a drama, had some kind of accidental scene or something like that. So, based on a true event. So that came in my mind to start the movie. So I wrote the story, and definitely I hired to write the script. It took like long time, and I wrote the story in 2015, 16. But then to put this all together, as I didn't have any connection in the film industry, but then we found some people, and then we started to make the movie. We shot the movie in 2019, but because of the pandemic in 2020, it got a little delayed. But now the movie is completed, and is releasing on November 18th on Amazon.
So, movies releasing on Amazon is also another important milestone, I think, for Mukesh Modi, as well as for all of us. We feel proud that someone from Indian American background, uh, leaving aside the boundaries, the family values are universal. So, Eugenia, as you were mentioning about the message of the film and the family values, and you play a key role in the film, and I've seen you have done a wonderful job. How was uh, your chemistry with other actors in the film?
We're really bonded with everybody. I think the girls were amazing. Every Lardy, every Morris, they really did a good job. It's really hard sometimes to work with kids, because it's a process of working and being on set for some time, like 10 hours. Sometimes you have to work, memorize the lines, but I think they were so wonderful, and we stayed in touch and we're still friends. And Matt Rife, who plays my stepson, he's an amazing comedian as well. So we bonded on that point, and we all went to do comedy shows after. And I think the more we went along in the process of filming, the closer we became. And of course, Eric is an amazing actor. He's always just so present, and I learned so much on the set from him, and it was just such an amazing opportunity, and I'm very grateful, for Murkesh. He made it possible for everybody, and Jack Cook and everybody who was on set, I felt was there to complete the project, to tell the story, make the best out of it. There was no ego involved, and we just had a blast. I had one of the best times.
Beautiful. So, Mukeshji, being the captain of the ship as a director, is multiple responsibilities on your shoulder. In addition to being a director, you're also producer of the film, of course, a writer. So, talk to me about the challenge that you faced in the process as a director. You co-directed it with James Cook, I believe, and to see your vision being realized through actors like Eugenia and others. How was the feeling? And once the product in the form of a film is out, how satisfying it is.
No, it's really I'm actually thrilled, and really is satisfying, because every people on the set, they really worked very hard. We really had a great chemistry, and as Eugenia mentioned, we really bonded. Like the last day of the shoot, I remember we didn't want to go. We want to stay. Like it was such a, like we were kind of like heartbreaking, like how the family is getting away. That kind of feeling we had. Yes, we had a lot of hurdles and a lot of hard working and process. So I want to share that the most important and the most difficult part was, at the time of shoot, was there was an accident scene. It was on the street. We had to shoot. That was the only day we had a lot of difficulties, but we passed that. And of course, in the post production, a lot of issue happened because I wasn't satisfied with the work, so I had to do the work twice. I wasn't satisfied with the background music of the scoring, so I had to redo it. So it took another 4 or 5 months. I was not happy with the visual effect, so I had to hire somebody else. But I did not compromise on the quality. We did not. Everybody worked with me. Eugenia was such a great help every time, and you can see that she's here today for the interview. So like I got a lot of help. I would say I'm blessed with working with all these people.
Beautiful. And Eugenia, you come with Russian background, I believe, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I
So,
moved to Paris when I was 15, but yes, I
yeah.
originally come from Russia.
So, I'm not sure whether you have seen Bollywood films or Hindi films, or you have any idea.
Of
So,
course. Yeah, we grew up on that. We saw so many Bollywood films, and it's such an inspiration. I think it's such a beautiful culture of celebrating dance and music, and plus, the storytelling.
absolutely. And Mukherjee, as she mentioned about the Hindi films and typically songs, and there is a different kind of a canvas to create a story the way it is narrated. Were you conscious that you didn't want to kind of emulate something that has been a part of your experience of watching Hindi film? And I think there is a fresh approach. If I not say fresh, it's a it's more like a Hollywood approach rather than the touch of Bollywood. That was conscious. I mean, because Bollywood is a part of your upbringing as well.
No, definitely. But see, this is, as we are living in America, and definitely I want to touch the, like the Hollywood, which is of course Hollywood and Bollywood. They both are the biggest industry. So like I wanted to start with the Hollywood, because once you start with the Hollywood, it's easy to go to Bollywood. So so that's what my first thing I want to start with the Hollywood. Definitely, my I have another project going on for the next year, which will be based on American Woman, the movie. And then my third project will be based on Hollywood and Bollywood, which will be the 60% of the movie will be shot in New York, and the 40% of the movie will be shot in India. So I'm doing both.
Wonderful. So not only we are talking about the project which is already ready for us to consume on Amazon from 18th November,
Yes.
and I would like to share teaser of the film with our viewers before we continue our conversation, Eugenia. So here is the teaser of the elevator before we talk more.
May I speak to Roman?
No, sorry.
911 operator, do you need police, fire, ambulance?
No, my husband is missing.
My dad's missing. He's gonna be home soon, babe.
No! Where is he?
Come on, guys, let's go. Let's find this guy.
So let's find this guy. And I was clap. This is very relatable. Actually, you feel, of course, the story is planted in New York, and you had a feel of the pulsation or the vibrancy of New York in some of the visuals which we just saw. Mm, Talking about the music part, you know how important you think music plays a role in intensely conveying the emotional roller coaster as is a part of the elevator, and having been present at the premiere, the way people responded. Talk to me about your impressions of film from the point of view of the way the background music has supported its story.
Well, you know, music is the first language of the universe. We connect through music no matter what you speak, you know, it really goes to your heart. So I think music is obviously one of the most important things that, you know, add to the film. Yeah, and I think it adds definitely, you know, suspense, and it adds lots of emotions to, you know, to the movie that, you know, you can express with words afterwards. And it was great to have a premiere in, you know, Los Angeles. I think a lot of people were affected by it, so it's exciting to have it released, you know, on Thanksgiving, like almost in New York.
Absolutely. So thank you, Mukherjee, for for offering this special gift on Thanksgiving, I must say. And when I say gift, I also recollect through the film, as well as in other ways, you have underlined the need to give back to the society. And this film is also somewhere related to that passion which you have to give back. Talk to me a little bit about that.
So like I always like to give back. I think that's the most satisfaction thing which anybody can try to give away, and then you will feel the how happy you get it, because at the end everybody has to go from this earth or from the universe. So before you go, like, it's time to give back, if you can, definitely. With this movie, I am giving a message to the audience, to the people, that life is uncertain. Like, life is like the elevator, it's always up and down. And try to do not keep anything pending. Try to finish whatever you want to do it. Leave your dream, as life is uncertain. That's the message I want to give it to the audience.
Very nice. Life definitely is uncertain, and so is the film film world. Some films do very well, some films don't. But let me just read a part of uh, introductory side of the film, where you say, you read that the elevator takes audience on an emotional roller coaster ride when a seemingly exciting birthday weekend dramatically turns into one family's biggest fear and nail biting mystery when their dad goes missing after stopping by the office that morning. So I opened up this information which creates a sense of suspense, and now I'm also curious what happened next. And Eugenia, when you heard the story, based on your experience of having heard narrations of other stories, was there something different and new? And I'm not asking you to give away the details, but the suspense part of the film is. You want to say something about that plot?
I don't want to reveal too much. That's true. You know, I think the most important is the family part and the time part. I think, we have such a short period of time in our life, and sometimes we don't realize it. We get lost in, business or things like that. I think obviously pandemic kind of stopped and made us reflect on real values. But yeah, I think this film is very timely in that sense. We all kind of reevaluated what is really important in our life, and those relationships are definitely something that this film shows us. And things happen so fast, and your life can change in a moment. And it's good to, through the film, through the storytelling, to see what is really important in your life. And those who are closest to you, your family, obviously are there for a reason.
Absolutely. And Mukesh, talking about family values, that's a universal value, I think, whichever country you belong to, and you have your own cultural nuances. But uh, coming back to the structure of the elevator, what is it that you feel is likely to be the most exciting part of the film for the viewers, who are used to watching, of course, different kinds of very big budget movies, and this had its own limitations. So, what is it that you think compensated on that front for you, as far as creative process of film is concerned, Mukeshji?
Okay, so like I always kept in my mind while shooting and while writing it to keep the family together. See, right now, like these days, people do not make so much family movie. See, like normally you want to watch a movie with the family, and sometimes you like, when your young kids, and then it's very sometimes it's embarrassed to watch in front of the kids. Maybe it's a lot of violence or a lot of sexuality or a lot of bad wordings and all that. So I kept all that in my mind and made sure that there is no cursing word is been used, and the people can watch with the family. The idea is to keep the family together. And I can definitely mention that after watching the movie, everybody's going to go to their family and going to say, I love you.
Beautiful. So, if one is inspired to say "I love you" after watching the film to his or family members, I think that's an incredible service which you are doing for the society, Mukeshji. And talking about serving through art forms, Eugenia also loves to make people laugh. And as a comedian, I think one of your favorite line, I think, is when you connect with your audience, saying that I'm hungry, and then there's a pause, and then I'm hungry for words. So here Mukesh is hungry for the creative new way of connecting with the audience and sharing the message of family values. um, let us compare. There are intense moments of life and there are humorous side of life. You connect with people on stage through humor also. uh, how difficult it is to portray a humorous side as compared to something where you are a part of the kind of thriller which the elevator is, and there is a sense of restlessness, there is an element of anxiety. So talk to me about the difference as an artist in portraying these two different sides of life.
Well, I think the most beautiful thing as an artist is to connect to the audience through laughter and crying at the same time, because, I think life is both. Like, it's not one thing. Doing stand up really brought me closer to giving my message, whatever, I have, because a lot of times you get scripts and, it's maybe very, there's like underlying things that you play. A lot of times I play Russian spies, or there's a perception of Russian culture, or women of a certain profession. And I'm so grateful that Murkesh hired me to play a mom, because I'm actually a mom in real life, and I haven't played a lot of moms in Hollywood, but I think we're broadening up out the audience. And I think different narratives and stories have to be told. And why not? There are women who have an accent, who come from different countries, and who can be relatable in that sense. So I'm really grateful about that. But I think, ultimately you want to make people laugh and cry. I think it's just the idea of being alive that's so compelling to any artist.
That's very well said. You want to make people laugh and cry and basically connect and be a part of their experiential journey. And Mukeshji, talking about your experience coming from India, being an immigrant yourself, and doing away with the dividing lines of being an immigrant and embracing America in its totality, and that is visible through, or you have demonstrated through this film also. Now, how creativity unites and unifies, it is inspiring. And from your point of view, as some of our viewers who might be aspiring filmmakers down the line, talk to me about the challenges as well as the satisfaction or a sense of fulfillment that you have experienced. Especially go back to the moment when it was premiered, as she mentioned, in Los Angeles, and the rave reviews for the films uh, were uh, were given by critics as well as those who were present um, in the audience for the premiere.
So definitely, we had a great premiere on that day, and after the when the movie was completed, in like at the premiere, I could feel that at least 30% people were like, a lot of people had a tears in their eyes because that kind of emotion we kept in the movie. As Eugenia just mentioned, like laugh and cry. It means like life is always up and down. That's the message I'm giving to the movie. That life is like the elevator; it's always up and down. Life is not a straight line. When it's a straight line, it means you're a dead. So life has to be like always up and down. Otherwise, what? There's a straight line means you're a dead. So that's the message. And as you mentioned about the motivation, definitely when I made this documentary movie, that was like I wanted to motivate the people. If anybody can do it, like the person like me was a immigrant from India. If I can make the movie, definitely the other people can definitely make the movie. Of course, that's the idea, to also to motivate. And I I always have, after I've made this movie, then a lot of people got connected with me, which is from the Indian community, and they wanted some kind of help. I'm always there. Whatever I can do to motivate and to help people, I will do it.
Very nice. And Eugenia, let's look at some of the special memories that you cherish, which related to some events which unfolded while you were shooting, or anything in particular that you are reminded of, maybe some fun moments while shooting the film, Eugenia.
Well, it's always fun to find out, that a lot of people in your crew also do stand-up comedy. So after we wrap the shoot, all this 12-hour shoots, usually, a lot of times it's very, lonely experience, because as an actor, you on one set, then another set, but we're really connected. So we would go out in New York City and do stand-up comedy, around town. It was very special. And also with the girls, it was so much fun. We're really connected, and, talk to their parents. It was just really real. And, Jack Cook was amazing. We doing another film, and it was great. Murkesh, we connected after the film and talking about different projects. So I think it definitely extends to, beyond just being on set and being professional. You really become friends with, the crew and people you work with. And I think everybody was just so helpful in any department. I think it was fun. There are all these elements shooting at the hospital, and it is challenging to shoot in New York. I think just in general, because, it's such a busy city. So putting a project together with the sound and everything else is an extra challenge, but it was also very fun.
So before we conclude and we share the trailer of the film, Mukesh, same question for you. Any thing in particular that has stayed with you, which would also be like a guiding post for you for your future projects?
So I would definitely want to share two things. One thing which Eugenia just mentioned about a lot of sounds is so difficult. So I do remember we were shooting at the home in the backyard, and as you know, we are in New York, and we are so there a lot of light comes, and we have to shoot before the end of the day, because once the sun is goes down, you can't shoot, and we keep the camera on ready, and as soon as we start, then we see the sound of the flight coming on. So that was like it was a fun moment, and it was a difficult at the same time, because we're ready, and the plane is coming. So that was one of the moment we had. And the other moment which I want to share that uh, like, okay, you know what, I think let's keep it. I don't want to share that because that's going to take away the charm of the movie. So
So, I mean, that's a suspense in conversation also, not just
yeah.
a thriller in the film. But it happens sometimes we want to say something and then we hold it. But I'm not going to hold back, and I'm going to share the trailer of the film. And we continue our final goodbyes after this trailer, which will tell you a lot about the elevator, the film. And also, I would like to mention, if you care to learn more about the film, there's a wonderful website which is theelevatorfilm.com, and you can go and check out. But for now, check out this trailer.
Oh, I really wish that I had to go to work today.
Please just stay home today. It's Saturday. Why'd you have to go to work?
Last minute client needs to be done today.
Dad, you'll be home by 3, right?
Please, Daddy.
Here, go to sleep. Yes, I promise.
Would you pick up Peyton's birthday cake after track? I'd appreciate it.
Well, I can't today. At the track, I have a math tutor.
What, you're not doing well in math?
Good morning, Gary.
What are you doing here on Saturday?
Work, work, work. Gotta do it.
Morning, Roman.
We've written up that agreement for the Brooklyn ad campaign.
They're signing it. My specialty is to convince. I just can't convince my family how important this work is.
Daddy's working so we can have this house.
But Daddy doesn't even know my favorite color. Does Daddy know your favorite color, Mommy?
Of course he does. Do you need anything else?
It's Peyton's birthday. Then I have to take her gift.
You'll be the only one in the building.
The only one in the building. Hold on a second, it's my kid.
Dad.
I got a surprise for you when I get home.
Dad?
I can't find your father.
What do you mean you can't find him?
Don't roam on me.
Looking for my father's vehicle?
I'm sorry, I can't give out that information.
My dad's missing.
My husband is supposed to be home hours ago. My husband is missing. There was an accident. I have a strong reason to believe he's admitted to this hospital.
By the time you find this letter, I'm not sure if I'll still be here.
Life is about family.
Wow. Life is about family, Mukeshji. And I want to congratulate both of you for being a part of this wonderful project. And our viewers, after seeing this trailer, would like to see the film. And that film is coming on. Mukeshji, take it away.
On November 18 on Amazon.
Wonderful. Anything else before we wind up? Eugenia, you want to say to our viewers?
I want to wish everybody, happy upcoming Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoy the film, and I think it's wonderful to connect with stories, and I hope we can do more of them together.
Absolutely. And Mukeshji, 10 seconds, your take, anything you
Sure.
want to say?
I would request, first of all, thank you and to audience. Thank you to the ITV Gold. And also I would like all the audience to please go and watch the movie. It's really amazing movie. You're going to be happy to watch with the family. Thanksgiving is coming. The holiday season is coming. And please watch and give the best review.
Thank you very much. That's a straight up. Very good. Learn from this man. Thank you very much, Mukeshji and Eugenia. And thanks to all of you for being a
Thank
part of
you.
it.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.